Alright guys, so here is the second coil. This is our smaller coil. I believe this is a cabinet coil. We're going to do the same thing, get this guy lifted out of here. I already got it cut free. I got to straighten out this pipe a little bit. It's a little squared off. But I'm going to lift this guy out, lower it down the stairs, and go from there. Alright guys, so I got the coil pretty much piped in, and I was going to show you this. Here is a 3/4 inch line, this 7/8, and this one's switch, so there's a huge difference right there. A lot of people like to crimp them. What I'm going to do is expand this one a little bit and get it to fit in there pretty tight. And before I braze this one in, you always remember to ream the inside of the pipe and get that edge off the inside, especially on the liquid line, because the refrigerant is flowing this direction, and we don't want any type of pressure drop before the metering device. So we do got the nitro flowing, and this is what that looks like after we swage it. It fits in there nice and tight. The braze should not be a problem at all. So what I'm going to do now is get this pipe protected, get that bulb unhooked, and protect this valve, and we're going to start to braze. So I got all these pipes fitted in right here, looking good, and I got my thermo block sprayed all around the valve, all around my fittings down here. So we are ready and set to go. Alright guys, so I got a nice solid weld on both of these. Didn't overheat anything too much. So we are going to get this cover on, get it under a pressure test, and pull a vacuum. And by the way, I was flowing nitrogen this whole time. I just didn't videotape it setting it up outside, because y'all know how to do that, so. Okay, so I got my nitro right here. My P51's in that bag right there, but I almost forgot something. I almost forgot this filter dryer, so there we go. That's better. It's a little smaller than I expected it to be, but it's a pretty small system, so it should just be fine. So let's get these P51s out and get this under a pressure test. Alright guys, so it looks like we passed. Man, I love these gauges. I set it up for a 10-minute pressure test, and I set my my limit to 0.5%, which is about 1 psi. And if it doesn't drop 1 psi after 10 minutes, we get a pass signal. It starts beeping, and we know where our pressure's holding. I know that pressure's a little bit low, but it was the last of the nitrogen, so something's better than nothing. So we'll find out for sure after we get this vacuum going and get our decay test and everything. But man, just can't beat these things. I used to use the Testos, and there was a couple times on my my Testos that my pressure test was holding and it seemed solid, but the system still had a leak, and it had a decent sized one, which I don't understand at all. Maybe the transducers inside of the Testos or something are kind of wonky, but I really can't beat these Yellow Jackets, man. That's a good investment. Alright guys, so here is my partially finished product. I still need to come back and re-insulate these lines, but I got the vacuum pulled on this system down to about 230 microns, and let go of the charge, and I'm about to go outside and charge it. Alright guys, so we got her on. Got a nice vacuum pulled down to about 200 microns. I buttoned everything up back upstairs, and now we are getting ready to charge them to a I think it's going to be an 8-degree subcooling for these units, because they do have TXVs. So the upstairs coils all taken care of. So now all I gotta do is go inside and clean up my mess, and that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button. If you dislike, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.